Hey everybody, it's Charlie. They're filming Avengers 4 reshoots right now. We got our first look at one of the scenes. I'll do a breakdown of that, but we also got confirmation on Captain America Chris Evans' future in the franchise because of all the Captain Marvel stuff that they released yesterday. So we got to break it down. It confirms some pretty big theories that I think that most of us have had. So if you're brand new to the channel, there's a new round of that Spider-Man PS4 giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I'll name a winner at the end of this. Hawkeye's back too. He just posted this picture with his buzz cut. Good to be back. So I'll explain what he's up to because he's not filming the same scenes as Captain America is filming. Biggest thing first though, the future of Chris Evans inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They confirm that he will be leaving the franchise. Captain Marvel will be the new Cap of the Avengers. And whereas Captain America was kind of a leader and a point man next to Iron Man, served slightly different functions, but they were both the team leaders. Captain Marvel will also serve that same function with Black Panther. But really, even though that makes you wonder about what happens to Iron Man, and that's sort of a separate theory, this interview only referenced Captain America. So that's why I'm just focusing on his character. So that effectively confirms that he will be the sacrifice at the end of the movie. I know there are a lot of people that think that Iron Man might die too, or he might preserve his consciousness, because even though he's taking a back seat in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, nobody has said that Robert Downey Jr. is completely leaving the franchise. There'll still be Tony Stark. Stark Industries is still very big during Spider-Man Far From Home. It's a key part of the plot, but there's a separate video that I'm planning on doing for that because there's another scene from that movie, so I'll talk about that because it involves a bunch of Iron Man characters. But if Captain America wasn't at the top of your death predictions list for Avengers 4, I would shoot him straight to the top right now. There's been a lot of fan art about people thinking of awesome ways for him to go out, like he gets a scene with Peggy Carter in the afterlife. They finally get that dance that they never got because he went into the ice and then she grew up and went on with her life. So the Cap dies theory is now probably the most valid one. Now as for how he dies, whether that involves the Soul Gem, forming the Infinity Gauntlet again, or an alternate version of it because of all the jumping around in time, that's still wide open for theory crafting. So exactly how he goes out is still open to speculation, but I think he's going to get the hero's death because he's one of those people, like they said during Infinity War, that line of dialogue, we don't trade lives. He doesn't trade other people's lives for his own. Remember the scene from the first Captain America film? He threw himself on the grenade without a moment's hesitation, without knowing that it was a fake. So he actually thought that he was going to give his life for all of his squad mates there.
Is this a test?
He's still skinny.
So cut to present day, think of all the conflicts we've been through and what it's going to take to save the universe. If somebody sacrificing their life is going to help them do that, Cap will be the first person to give up his life to do that. The reason why people were making Soul Gem theories are because the whole idea between Cap and Tony is that they have to resolve their arc. Cap really cares about Tony, Tony really cares about Cap, but they have all that drama between them. So they resolve that during Avengers 4 so that by the end, Iron Man recognizes how much he cares about him, and Cap winds up being the sacrifice that allows Tony to wield an Infinity Gauntlet. But remember, that's just speculation now. We know Cap goes, we don't know exactly how he goes. So what's happening on set right now is a much more mundane reshoot that they're doing with the original Team Cap from Civil War. It's sort of a reunion that they're having. It's Ant-Man, Cap with no beard, and Black Widow at a diner with a mystery motion capture person that I'll talk about in a second. But the casualness of the scene and the way they're dressed implies that this is happening sometime early in the movie, maybe when they're just reconnecting and Ant-Man has to explain the quantum realm to them. But the fact that Cap is walking around in broad daylight without trying to mask his appearance makes it seem like Ross has pardoned him in the wake of the snap, or maybe all those people in the government were turned to ash, so there's nobody to come after him anymore. Either way, I think it's more plausible that given that half of all life on planet Earth is gone, they pardon him and he can just go about his life now. The scene that Hawkeye is filming is not with them. He's off doing other stuff. But the stages where they film this in Atlanta are vast, so there's a lot of different scenes being shot all at the same time. The thing about the motion capture person, though, is that that's either a brand new character that we've never met before who's completely motion capture, or they're a stand-in for a motion capture character that they'll just swap in later because maybe the actor isn't available. But the thing is that he doesn't look that tall, he's white, and usually when they use stand-in actors, they're the same build, the same makeup, so if this guy is a stand-in for somebody else, it's gotta be either Tom Holland or Mark Ruffalo, because they're both about the same height, and they both play motion capture characters. The thing about this, though, is that it's more likely that it's Mark Ruffalo's stand-in. I don't know why they would use a different actor, because Mark Ruffalo does all his own motion capture. He said that they have some crazy new technology that they're using during Avengers 4, so he said the version of the Hulk that we're going to see during it is mind-blowing in the way that they accomplish that. So he's just saying that the technology that they use to turn Banner into the Hulk has gotten way more sophisticated. So this might just be part of the process where Banner goes to Professor Hulk, where he's not like full giant green Hulk, he's more of like a medium-sized, chatty, intelligent Hulk with the mind of Banner in the body of the Hulk. If in the wake of Infinity War he resumed his relationship with Black Widow and they worked together, that would give him a reason to be at this Team Cap reunion scene that they're having. But it is totally possible that it's just some random alien that's fully motion capture walking around. You guys can let me know though, who do you think this is? Because I don't recognize that actor, but the motion capture suit he's wearing is exactly like the one that Tom Holland wore during Infinity War, and almost exactly like the one that Mark Ruffalo used to wear when he was doing the big size Hulk. So just remember that they're in the middle of reshoots right now. We might get a look at some more stuff that's happening behind the scenes, but it can be very misleading because there's all this time travel in play, the quantum realm, Ant-Man coming in, and them trying to figure out how to save the universe. There's even a scene with Iron Man in Wakanda. Obviously, he's going to have scenes with Shuri at some point. So a lot of people saw him sitting here in Wakanda doing this interview for Infinity War, and they're like, hey, wait a minute, they filmed Avengers 4 back to back, so he probably filmed his Wakanda scenes while they were filming Infinity War Wakanda scenes. So that means that while all this Infinity War stuff was happening behind the scenes, they were also doing Avengers 4 stuff. So even though Tony was on Titan during Infinity War, Robert Downey Jr. was also shooting scenes in Wakanda. So it's just a funny Easter egg, like, oh, you know, of course he was going to go to Wakanda, but we didn't realize that we were looking at that the whole time. There have been a lot of you asking me about details from the movie. As far as I know, there have been no official, leaks is what you would call it, so I wouldn't worry too much about spoilers. Most of this is all still speculation based on the actual scenes they're filming. Remember what they did during the Infinity War trailer. They can be very misleading with the way they present some of this stuff, so just keep that in mind when you're theory crafting. But there was some new trailers that dropped. There's new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Far From Home, so a lot of Spider-Man related things happening this weekend. Congratulations, Forcecaster, you're the latest giveaway winner. Please email me on the About page of my YouTube channel so I can get your details. Click here to watch the official Daredevil Season 3 teaser trailer, and click here for that Captain Marvel teaser. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.